Hello Choppers, and welcome to our Quickie preview of Dino Dodge by Blue Gear Games. This is a dinosaur-based card game for 2 to 5 players ages 8 and up and plays in about 15 to 30 minutes. Here you can see we've got it set up for a 3-player game. We've got one dino here, one dino here, one dino here, and they all have their starting hand of cards. We have our 8 land tiles laid out in a circle, as well as our action deck shuffled up and placed face down, and our meteor tiles laid face down here, and our starting meteor tile up above the top land. During the game, players will be eliminated by the meteors rotating and falling on the land tiles, and players have to get out of their way before that happens and the land tile is flipped over to its lava side. If that happens and a player is on the tile, the player will be eliminated. So it is a last man standing, or in this case, last dino standing game. Once the starting player is chosen, play will continue in a clockwise manner, starting with the starting player, who is known as the active player, going through 3 phases: the active player phase, the sky is falling phase, and the boom phase. At the beginning of the active player phase, you will flip over a meteor card and place it above a land tile that does not already have one above it. And you do this on every turn except for the first turn, because you already start with one there. So when you place it, you'll make sure that it is on its highest axis when you place it. So we'll place this one, we'll place it here for right now. During this phase is where you'll also get to refill your hand of action cards if you have none, and then you'll be able to play said action cards to do a multitude of things. Depending on where you are, you can do a multitude of things, such as when you play the Move You card, you can move 1 space around the board. You move you. So if he played it, I would get to move my red dinosaur a space. You can also play these cards for their symbols, depending on what land tile you're on. If you play a card that has a matching symbol to the land tile you're on, you will be able to do that land's effect. In this case, with the purple circular arrow one, you will get to switch 2 meteor cards that are in play. Now, if you want to activate a land tile that you're not on, say this orange one over here, you have to discard matching pairs to do that, and in this case you'll get to switch 2 adjacent land tiles. To activate your dinosaur's special ability, you will need to discard matching cards, not the symbols, the actual cards themselves. So you need to play them to activate your dinosaur's ability. Dinosaur's abilities do different things. You can see here for Ruby, it says her ability is to move yourself a number of spaces, in this case 1, then all enemies within your blue, which is your range, so range of 2, will move the star. It's effectively called a bump in the same direction. Say they will get bumped 1 in the same direction. This way you can strategically maneuver the enemies to be on tiles that might possibly get landed on by a meteor. Once the active player is done playing all the actions that they want to, but they have to at least perform 1 action during their active player phase, they will turn over the starting player token to show that it is the sky is falling phase. During the sky is falling phase, all the meteors will rotate on their axis to the next lowest number, and then any player that is underneath a meteor may draw 1 action card from the deck. Next comes the boom check. If no meteors are booming, and in this case they aren't, the token flips back and gets passed to the next player clockwise. But if they are, that's where the fun stuff happens. Dinosaurs on a land card that is underneath a booming meteor must play a single action card to be able to move out of the way of that booming meteor. Now, there is a deadly situation where you could be on a moving or booming meteor and also be on the lava side on a tile. In that, you have to do a certain specific thing. In that deadly impact situation, you have to do like we were showing you earlier. You have to either immediately play 2 action cards with matching icons, or 2 action cards that match to perform a land action or your dinosaur action that will get you out of the way of that deadly impact. If you can't, you are immediately eliminated. After that's resolved, any land tiles that were underneath booming meteors are flipped to their lava side, and then the booming meteor is placed into the booming meteor discard pile. Then the token is flipped and rotated to the next player that's still living. Play continues in this fashion, and last dino standing wins Dino Dodge. Dino Dodge is on Kickstarter now, so check it out. The link is in the description. I'm Logan for Logan Child's Quickie Previews. We'll see you next time. Happy gaming.